Hey guys, my name is Precious Otway and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys some tips so you can study effectively and actually retain information. But before we get started, help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by clicking that subscribe button and hitting that notification icon so you can get notified every single time I post a new video. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So this video is going to be split up into two parts. The first part of the video is going to be online study tips, and the second part of the video is going to be in-school study tips. Tip number 1, start your day off right. Get ready for the day. Take a shower, wash your face, brush your teeth. Put on an outfit that you will wear out even though you're not leaving the house, but it'll help you feel like you're actually gonna get stuff done today, opposed to if you were just wearing your pajamas the whole entire day. Tip number 2, do your work in an effective space. Don't do your work on your bed or somewhere where you usually just relax. Do your work on a desk or like in a specific spot where you just do your work there. Like, don't do anything else there but your work. This will tell you every single time you sit down in that space, it's time for you to do your work and not mess around or do any other stuff. Tip number 3, make a schedule. Making a schedule is very helpful so that you're not forgetting to do stuff and you know when you get all your stuff done. So how I made my schedule when we had to go online because of quarantine was I just took my regular school schedule, so like how my subjects went in the day, and that's how I did my subjects. That was the easiest way for me. So like I started off with history and then I just continued because history was my first period. So that's just really helpful so that you know everything that you're gonna get done that day. Tip number 4, actually try to learn and not just turn in your work. So when your teacher assigns you work, however they assign you it, actually try to learn the work. Don't just do the work so that you can turn it in and get your grade. Actually try to learn, pay attention, and make it stick in your mind. And I understand that this might be harder for some people because it's like you teaching yourself. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your teacher. They're there for a reason. Alright, tip number 4 is to take breaks. It's okay to take a break while you're doing your work. Since it is online, your teacher probably gives you more time to turn in your work. So like instead of you having to get something done by the end of the period, you have until 12 o'clock at midnight to get your work done. Now I'm not saying just stop for 3 hours and don't do your work. I'm saying you could take like a 10-minute break here and there and get your work done instead of trying to get it all done in the morning. You can just get it done on your time. Tip number 5, have a positive mindset. If you're always like, oh, I don't want to do my work today, or oh, this is so boring, you already set yourself up in that negative mindset. You're probably not going to retain information as easily. But if you have a positive mindset, you'll just be happier and school won't seem as boring. So that's all for the online tips. And now we're on to the actually in-school tips. Tip number 1 is to know how you learn. There's 4 different types of learning. There's visual, there's auditory, there's kinesthetic, and there's reading and writing learning. So at my school, the guidance counselor would come in like every other week. So she would have us take this test where we answer, it was like a whole survey of questions, and we just answer a bunch of questions on how we learned. So that's how we figured out what type of learning we were. Me personally, I'm more of a visual and auditory learner. You can always figure that out. But knowing what type of learner you are can really make it easier for you when you're studying. Tip number 2, be active in class. If you're paying attention and you're asking questions, you're gonna be more engaged with the lesson. More things are probably gonna stick in your brain than if you're just sitting there and taking notes because your teacher told you you have to. Like answering questions, even if you don't get it right every single time, when you get it wrong, then you'll know what the right answer is, and that's gonna stick in your brain. Tip number 3, take notes that you yourself will understand. Not that your teacher will understand, unless you have to turn them in. Not that your sister will understand. Not that your mom will understand. That you will understand. Find a way to make your notes clear to you so that it's easier to study and understand the lesson, because notes are usually what you use to study. Alright, this one kind of ties into the last one, but make your notes fun and colorful. Like, don't just use a pencil, like, unless you want to. Like, it's up to you. But use highlighters, use colored pens, do cute designs. I never used to do this until like last year in school. Hold on, let me go get one of my notebooks. This is how I like to write my notes. Here's another one, and I put the title in like a banner. And I used to do those a lot when we were in school because I saw it on TikTok. But like you see, I have the main categories in yellow, the subcategories in pink, and then the subcategories in blue. And I just make sure it looked nice and organized. And that's how I took my notes. Number 5 is to find fun ways to retain information. So some different things that you can do is you can like make a song, or you can make acronyms. When I was in 4th grade, we had to learn this song on all the 50 states in alphabetical order, and I can still sing them to this day. Yeah, you can make songs before your test. You can make different connections with your lesson and your life, but just make it fun. And yeah. Tip number 6 is do not start studying the night before the test. Every single time you get notes, you should be studying so that when it comes time for the test, you already know the information. You shouldn't have to cram all your information the night before your test. That's just not a good idea. Like, I'm telling you right now, that is not a good idea. It'll make it so much easier for you if you start studying even like 3 nights before your test. Just don't start studying the exact night before your test. Period. Okay, tip number 7, when you're doing your homework, if you're starting to feel overwhelmed, just take a break. Just stop doing what you're doing and take a break. Go make yourself a snack. So when you do come back to whatever your homework's on, your mind is clear, your mind is fresh, you're calm. So whenever you get overwhelmed, just make sure you take a break. There's nothing wrong with breaks, just as long as you get your work done in time. Okay, so that is all the tips I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below if there's any study tips you guys have. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye!